Now, he said this morning, you've never called regarding any of the storms Florida has had since you've been vice president until apparently now, and called it political. What's your response to that?
Well, first of all, I have called and talked with, in the course of this crisis, this most recent crisis, Democrat and Republican governors. Called, taken the call, answered the call, had a conversation. So, obviously, this is not an issue that is about partisanship or politics for certain leaders, but maybe is for others.
First of all, nothing Kamala Harris says makes sense. We all know that. Second of all, why should the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, take a phone call from her? She's on the campaign trail, allegedly. All she does is go to events with millionaires and billionaires, all the woke celebrities who need the Democrats to stay in power so they can continue to do what it is they do to remain millionaires and billionaires. But she is on The View, of course, the most asshat liberal talk show there is, telling the American people Ron DeSantis is wrong for not taking her call, because she has taken calls from all different governors. We saw her on the ground in North Carolina. She was probably there for an hour. That's when she made the announcement. FEMA's giving them $750 for immediate needs. That's disgusting, and it's laughable, because no one cares what Kamala Harris has to say. She's been the vice president for 4 years and has done zero. She remained in the shadows. And all of a sudden, they got together, kicked Biden down the stairs, and put her in as their nominee. So there goes their democracy. Well, this is what Ron DeSantis had to say about Kamala Harris and why he has no desire to take her calls.
Focus on leveraging all resources available, including from the federal government. And I've been in touch with both FEMA and the president, as well as marshaling all our state agencies and working to support our local communities. And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. She has no role in this. In fact, she's been vice president for 3.5 years. I've dealt with a number of storms under this administration. She has never contributed anything to any of these efforts. And so what I think is selfish is her trying to blunder into this. No. And here's the thing. She has no role. No, she has no role in this process. I'm in contact with the President of the United States. I'm in contact with FEMA director. I'm obviously managing all our state agencies. We're supporting all our local government. And I will say this. I've had storms under both President Trump and President Biden, and I've worked well with both of them. She's the first one who's trying to politicize the storm, and she's doing that just because of her campaign. She's trying to get some type of an edge. She knows she's doing poorly, and so she's playing these political games. I don't have time for political games. I've got people whose lives are on the line. I've got people whose homes and their possessions are on the line, and we are focused 100% on that mission. I'm not worried about playing her political games. And so she is being selfish by trying to blunder into this when we're working just fine.
His focus is solely on the residents of Florida, especially on the West Coast, Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, and the like. A Category 5 storm is bearing down on Florida. It's supposed to make landfall tomorrow night. The destruction will probably be horrific. And Kamala Harris is playing politics that how dare Ron DeSantis not take my call. You heard the governor. He's spoken to FEMA. He's spoken to Joe Biden. And he's spoken to anyone who is relevant in the needs that Florida have. Kamala Harris is irrelevant. She's been irrelevant for 4 years. But now, because she's the Democrat nominee, all of a sudden, everybody has to drop what they're doing and take her a phone call. You can go on The View. You can go on any other liberal media, MSNBC, CNN, and they'll cheer for you and they'll push you through and they'll try to hype you up into something you're not and you'll never be. And Ron DeSantis knows this. He is focused on the safety and security of the people of Florida. He wants to make sure people are evacuated in a timely manner. And by the way, he sent a fleet of trucks from Florida to help with the cleanup in North Carolina because the Biden administration did nothing, again, other than Harris going and announcing a whopping $750. So the Harris-Walz campaign, the Biden-Harris administration, they are the ones that's making a political game out of a dangerous, life-threatening storm. It's not Ron DeSantis. He is doing what he got elected to do. Make Florida a great place to live. Make sure the residents are safe and secure. Safe and secure, because he knows the kind of storms that they deal with. And Kamala Harris, who's campaigning for president, is taking time out of her busy schedule to go on The View and talk to those women who are so out of touch with reality. It's not even funny. I don't even know what else to say about them women anymore, other than they are as irrelevant as Kamala Harris is. So again, the billionaires, the millionaires, the celebrities, we've seen them all, from Magic Johnson to Bruce Springsteen and down the line. Everybody's pushing for Kamala Harris. She's the one to save our country. She's the one to save democracy. When we all know the Democrats gave democracy away when they installed Kamala Harris as their candidate because they didn't allow people to vote. So she can talk as much as she wants about what Ron DeSantis is doing. But remember one thing, he's doing what he has to do as an elected governor to make sure the people of his state are safe. He doesn't need Kamala Harris and her incompetence interfering in his ability to do his job. She has nothing to do with it. She has no authority in Florida. She's the vice president trying to move up the ladder because we all know she's failed up her whole career. So this is the top rung of the ladder if she makes it. This woman is dangerous for our country. She does not care about the basic needs of the average American. Just look back again at North Carolina. These people are still suffering today. Food, water, electricity, and her administration and Joe Biden are continuing to do nothing but say they're doing everything. We all know that's a lie. So cry all you want, Kamala. Cry all you want, the asshats of The View. Ron DeSantis doesn't need your approval to do his job and to make sure his residents are safe and secure.